Board of License Commission is for Tuesday, May 9th is now in session. Let me read the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made whether perceived or unperceived by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. So that is that. Before we open up the meeting today, or since we've opened up the meeting today, I just want to dedicate the meeting today to John Gillis, who was a long-term city clerk, also the chairman of this board for how many years?
33.
Around roughly 33 years. John was great for advice and guidance whenever you had any issue with the licensing board. He's right up there with Chief Gorman when you need stuff, and Joe Shea's going to be there next. So we call upon him a lot when we have questions. So with that, we're going to open up the agenda. Agenda item number 1, hearing regarding the request of Ian Kane for a special use permit for the annual Porch Fest, June 24th, 2017. Ian, why don't you come? Notice how we put you first?
I did notice that.
First, that's pretty good.
That's very kind. I don't control agenda, by the way. I'm upstairs.
There's no other charities on today, so you're lucked out.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you explain what Porch Fest is? I know this is the second annual.
This is the second annual. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the licensing board. I'm Ian Kane, address 8 High Point Circle, Quincy, Mass. 02169. I'm here today representing Porch Fest Quincy. Last year we had our first Porch Fest, which took place June 2016. Basically, it's an outdoor music festival meets block party, but not block party in the sense of shutting down streets. It's block party in the sense of civic engagement, community activity, getting people out of their homes to enjoy music and different talents on porches and in front yards and in backyards. Last year we had about over 70 performers at over 40 locations in the Wollaston Hill area, Wollaston Beach, and Squantum. This year we're intending to have about the same number of groups perform. We're currently around 70 at the same locations in the same areas. We also had food trucks located. We had 4 food trucks located at the Wollaston Schoolyard, which we will hope to do the same. So today I'm here to ask for a special permit for that day, which is June 24th, 2017.
And is there a rain date?
We do not have a rain date. It's that'll be at Rain or Shine.
And when does it start and when does it end?
It'll be 1 to 8 p.m.
1 to 8.
Yes.
How'd it go last year?
I think it went well. In speaking to, actually, we've got great support from the police department and from the fire team. Just in case there were situations, people crossing the street, pedestrian access, whatnot. And at least from the report afterwards, I did hear that people were well behaved. There were no incidents that occurred, and it was a pleasant day enjoyed by young and old. And people are looking forward to it with the same sort of anticipation that they did last year, and we're looking forward to another day of great civic engagement.
It was great. I remember coming down Beach Street at 2 o'clock, and there was a band on Beach Street that was playing. There were probably 30 people in front. It was really was well. I was surprised at how well it went over. Especially when you encompass the whole city. It really was a great success.
And to have people walking out of their homes and saying such things as I haven't seen my neighbor in 10 years, and that's the point of it. It's
like
to get
a snowstorm in the summertime.
Snow, yeah, exactly.
Before I open it up to the board, I have any other questions by the board. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns?
Will you come?
Seeing none, we'll close that portion. Board members? Chief.
I did have a concern for, traffic, and I'm sure Chief King was saying, and I didn't hear a going problem, so it's great. Now you have a great affinity to this. You're the founder. Do you perform?
I play an instrument. I won't be performing. I'll be walking around enjoying and making sure that people know where to go and what sort of genres of music they can enjoy. Last year we had rock and roll to classical music. We had the Quincy Symphony Orchestra perform at George Burke's house, and we had Rich Houghton. I don't know if you know him. He's an architect. He does some work around the city at his property on Hillside Ave. He had a huge band of about 13 people that were killing it. So I won't be performing, but we.
What are the hours?
1 to 8 p.m. Yeah, we did 1 to 7 last year. It was 1 to 5 in Wollaston Hill, and then 4 to 7, and I think we'll stagger it 1 to 5 and 4 to 8 in the same areas.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Ian Kane for a special use permit for the annual Porch Fest, second annual, held June 24, 2017, from 1 to 8 p.m. Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Ian Kane for a special use permit for the annual Porch Fest, June 24th, 2017, with 4 food trucks at Wollaston School from 1 to 8 p.m. All in favor? Aye. You're all set, Ian.
Thank you, Mr.
Good
Chairman.
luck, okay?
Good luck. Thank you very much.
Agenda item, just so anybody who is here, agenda item number 4, here regarding the request of LD's Deals on Wheels LLC, DBA Prestige Auto, 147 Coddington Street for a Motor 2 used car license, Mr. Larry King. It's been continued to May 23rd, okay? Agenda item number 2, here regarding the request of Louis Restaurant, 1209 C Street, for 3 special use permits. June 3rd, Flounder Roundup. June 4th, House Neck Hockey Tourney, and August 5th, Louis Barbecue Beach Bash. And this is John Gallagher. John, how are you today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Very good. This is to close off the street on all 3 of those days, right?
No, I don't want to close off the street, just due to boat traffic down at the Maritime Center and all that, just as we've done before, just a sidewalk and then into our back driveway.
So it's just an extension of the premise onto the sidewalk?
Onto the
for those 3
sidewalk.
events. Okay.
Yep, exactly. I've already been up to the DPW to apply for that, for the closure for the sidewalk. I don't see a problem with that.
Before I open up to the board, any members of the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that portion. Board members? Chief Barron.
Thank you. I know you were involved in so many things in House Neck and around the community. I hope I can impose on you again to help out with the 4th of July.
I'd be honored to.
Great.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I was going to call you.
It's a great event, so I'm happy to be able to be take part in that with you guys, make sure it goes off safely.
Excellent.
So
Thank you for a big help last year.
thank you.
Wow, captive audience right there, Chief. Huh? You had no choice but to say yes, didn't you?
Put me on the spot.
What are the hours of the 3 events?
I mean, so typically 11:30 is our opening time. We usually try to wrap them up around 10 o'clock. Music, any outdoor music usually ends around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then moves to indoor with our guy who usually starts at about 8:30, our typical Saturday night guy. These are a little bit different. We've never done these events per se. The first one on June 3rd is going to be, we're doing a flounder fishing tournament. The proceeds is going to be donated to a family who lost their son down in Howes Neck, Sean Patrick Ryan. Just the family grew up fishing down there, and great, they try to give back to the community, so we thought it was something to kind of team up and do something in his name. So we first, for the flounder fishing tournament, I've reached out to Lieutenant Gillen and the Quincy Yacht Club to make them aware of what we're doing, and that we'll probably be using some of their dockage. So far, everything seems okay. And then after that, we're going to kind of follow up with just a seafood cookout, where just a traditional kind of the New England style clam bake and fish fry. Then on June 4th, this plays along with the House Neck Street Hockey Tournament that goes. This is the 2nd annual. Jack McGinnis from Quincy Youth Arena took it over this year. So we're trying to just vamp it up a little bit. The guy last year just kind of let it fall to the wayside, the after party and awards. So since I'll have the tent set up, we're trying to just roll it over so they can also take part in having the tent set up and do some outdoor entertainment that day. That event, I'm really expecting that to probably wrapped up in the early evening, maybe 8, 9 o'clock, if it even goes that late.
Is the hockey tournament held in the courts below?
So that would be at Brill Field down there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think they've already done all that permitting for that day. I'm just trying to help the food and beverage day of, and then the after party. And then August 5th, I was just trying to kind of think ahead. We just picked that date out to try to do some type of like a outdoor barbecue party down at Louis, maybe more along the lines of like a pig roast or something like that. Just to kind of keep things entertaining down there, do something a little bit different we haven't done yet.
Board members, comments, questions, concerns? I think that we should do every one of these as we do all of our outside permitting, where it end by 11 on the outside aspect of it. So you may be closing down at 7, but you have it till, that way you have.
Okay, yeah, and that's fine,
discretion.
that's
And we're
fine.
consistent with everything else that we
Okay,
have
perfect.
for outdoor entertainment or outdoor activities for extensions. Anything else? Yes.
John, if you plan on having any raffles for those fundraisers, please come by the office and get an application.
I will.
Yep.
Right now, the only one that I'll potentially be doing it for would be for the Flounder Roundup. And we're kind of still figuring out how to work some of that, so.
Okay.
But I will, we'll see.
Board members, your pleasure.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Louis Restaurant, 1209 C Street, for three special use permits: June 3rd Flounder Roundup, June 4th House Neck Hockey Tourney, and August 5th Louis Barbecue Bash, held by John Galligan. Hours of operation 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Louis Restaurant, 1209 C Street, for 3 special use permits / extension of premise to the sidewalk for 3 fundraisers events: June 3rd Flounder Roundup, June 4th House Neck Hockey Tourney, and August 5th Louis Barbecue Bash from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m., all represented by John Galligan. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set, John, all right?
Thank you, guys.
Good luck,
Have a
good
evening.
luck.
Thank you.
Agenda. Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of CYCP Inc., DBA Chat Time 64 Billings Road. Clear Gen Manager for common vicular license, Attorney Peter Lim. Is Peter here today?
Oh, no, that's
Okay.
not.
That's okay. So you are here to open up, this is the establishment that was previously connected to Buccini's,
Yeah,
and it's now been separated back to its original structure, or original size, because Buccini's used to be a small, and they expanded back in the late 80s, I believe, and not, because I was at the deli when they did. So now they're coming back, and it's gonna be half, and you're opening up a team. So why don't you tell us what your concept is, okay?
yeah. So we're gonna sell milk tea and fresh juice and also smoothie. So for our customer is for high school student. So we're gonna opening our hours is from 9 to 11, Monday, Sunday to Thursday, and on the weekend, Friday to Saturday, we're gonna opening from 9 to 12 o'clock.
Her file that I just had. Is this it here?
We just had it in hand.
No, these are the other ones. Is that it?
Did you just take it? What's
No,
on
did
the
you put it underneath?
It's right here.
Oh, that's it. I'm getting confused there.
Okay.
Takes a while, huh?
Do it this way.
Okay, there you go. All right, so can you just tell us what the menu's gonna be like?
It's gonna be, we sell the menu course as bubble tea.
A bubble tea shop, okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew what kind of restaurant it was gonna, kind of establishment it was gonna be. So it's gonna be a bubble tea place. Before I open it up to the board, I know that Bruce Knapp was there, and Bill DeCarli from the Health Department. Emergency contact form is all filled out. Our workman's comp is all set. All the other paperwork is in place. Before I open it up to the board, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close this portion. Board members, any comments, questions?
Are you going to be doing any work inside? Are you getting a building permit at all?
Yes, we already did.
Oh, you already have it? Okay.
They've already been built out, it's already been built out,
Okay.
it's been pretty
Been
much,
signed off?
yeah, they've been down there. I'm not sure if the fire department's been down there to see, I don't believe you have any, exhaust or like, an ansel system or a hood where, do you have a hood put in for cooking or anything else, like a
No,
stove or anything
no,
else?
no,
It's
nothing.
not that type
Yeah.
of place, but,
Smoothies.
yeah, it's all gonna be smoothies and,
Yeah, just fresh.
so.
Thank you.
Just, if you would, when are you planning on opening?
Oh, we gonna do the soft opening, maybe during this week, to see how it's working.
Just make sure you call our fire prevention office so that we have someone walk through.
Okay.
So we'll approve your license today,
Uh-huh.
and then before you open up, like, I mean, you're really, really close to being ready. I know that you guys are like right there. So just call up fire prevention tomorrow morning, They'll set up a time to come out, walk through, and you'll be good to go, okay?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Board members, last call before a motion? Mr. Duca.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of CYCP Inc. doing business as Chat Time, 64 Billings Road, Claire Chen, manager for a common victular license.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of CYCP Inc., DBA Chat Time, 64 Billings Road, Claire Chen, the manager, for common vicular license. Hours 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week.
Yes.
Represented by Attorney Peter Lim and Claire Chen. All in favor? Aye. You're all set. Good luck, okay? Just make sure you call. This is the next one. You're so good. Okay. Agenda item number 5, hearing regarding the request of Hone T. Lee, DBA Lee Hand Sandwich Shop, 419 Hancock Street, for a common vicular license. Come right up. You are Hone T. Lee? Did I say it right? Juan Lee?
Yes.
Okay. You are opening up, actually you're taking over the location that is right next to McMiller's Body Art Establishment, used to be the bakery.
Yes.
That's the spot that you're going in. So why don't you tell us what your plans are for that location?
So, can
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
like
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
Okay.
thank you.
My friend are going to take a place, is it for exiting the bakery, the name is Samaya Bakery on 419 Hancock Street. They're planning to open a Vietnamese shop, Vietnamese food,
Okay.
but that's the only sandwich, and some coffee shop, like coffee, tea, beverage.
A southern
Very
sandwich
simple,
shop.
yes, very simple one.
And I haven't been in there. I know that my inspectors have already been in there. We have the emergency contact form. All of the other paperwork. Mr. DeCarli was in there on the 19th. Paul McCarthy was in there also on the 19th. No changes are being made. You're not adding any equipment or anything else?
No.
Nothing at all like
Yeah,
that? Okay.
Very simple.
I'm not sure whether or not Chief Barron's had any of the fire prevention down there or not yet.
They've not been in there yet. I guess they made one attempt and no one was there. So before you open, make sure you call the fire prevention bureau
And health department.
and have them come in and do a walkthrough.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay. With that, before I open it up to any other questions from the board, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that portion. Do you have any experience in the food business?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I did in
And
Vietnam.
Where have you worked before? Or?
Before I worked in Vietnam. My
In
wife-
Vietnam?
Yeah, my wife.
Okay. Not that it's a requirement to open up a food establishment, everyone has to open up there first at some point. All of the other information is in place, and the hours of operation are going to be,
The hour?
Yeah, when's it gonna be open?
From 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I'm sorry, what was?
6 a.m. to 8 p.m.,
8 p.m.
7 days a week?
Yes.
6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days.
Are you planning on getting a building permit? Are you gonna be doing any work inside?
No, I don't think they need to change something, just painting.
So what is
And,
there
flooring,
now?
yes.
There's already
Right
cooking,
now it's the bakery shop.
so you're gonna be cooking
It's still
more or
new,
less the same.
it's still new to them.
I would ask you that you come in and get a sign permit. Right now, that whole area is out of control with signs.
Yeah.
Um,
I think they want to keep the sign and just painting with different name.
You may, all right, you may have to look at that. I don't know what's up there for a sign, but there's a lot of problems with signage up in that area. So if you're gonna make any changes, just come in and get a building permit so that we can look at it and make sure that it's proper. Okay, thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Looking for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Juan T. Lee, doing business as Lee Han Sandwich, 419 Hancock Street, for a common victular license. Hours of operation 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Juan T. Lee, DBA Lee Hand Sandwich, 419 Hancock Street, for a common vicular license. Hours 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
sir. Good luck. Thank you.
gonna stick on CV licenses right now, and I'm just gonna jump up to agenda item number 9. Hearing regarding the request of Sheila Hooley, DBA, Early American, 1054 Hancock Street, for a common vicular license. Sheila, why don't you come up and explain what you're gonna be doing at the American, Early American?
Early American in Quincy, so I'm gonna keep it exactly the same.
It's just gonna go in turnkey.
Turn.
Mr. Duca was there, I myself was there also. When I was there, Chief, I did look at the Ansel system and the hood system. I believe the hood system was, the Ansel system was checked, I believe, in November of 2016, and the hood system was just cleaned this April. So I don't know if Inspector Wong or have gone in there yet or not, but when I was in there, I did look. The emergency contacts form is all filled out. All the other information that we need is here. Before I open it up to board members, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? I know the Early American has been there for a long, long time. Chief, how long has it been there for?
I've seen 25 years, 20 years.
Were you on patrol one day?
I think we were open, I might have been.
There you go.
That's a long time.
The current owner is
Jeff.
Jeff. Yeah, Jeff has done a great job there, so we commend Jeff for his years of service. And
Did you work there? Have you worked?
I did not work there.
So you just going in and buying it out of,
Mhm.
buying them out of it? Okay.
I have worked in the restaurant business. Welsh's Cafe for 10 years, Top of the Hub, Waterworks, the Colony.
Have you worked any place that's still open?
I don't work in the restaurant business.
okay, let's go on the good part, the positive side.
How many
So,
seats?
So there's 7 booths and 4 tables.
And the
about
hours?
44 seats,
6 to 2,
7 days a week.
7 days.
7 days a week. If you want to go later than that, you can. And if you want to go later than that now, like go, say you want to open up till 9 o'clock at night, if you want to go 9 o'clock at night now, and so you don't have to come back and change your hours, and then just
Oh, okay. that would
keep
be
it
great.
at 6 to 2. So if you want to change the hours till 6 to 9 now,
Okay,
you'll give your hours 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. It's your choice whether or not you stay open that.
okay, oh, that would be
Then
great.
you can close at 2 right now and see how things go, and then if you want to go later, you don't have to come back before us.
All right, thank you.
Anything else? Looking for a motion, board
Mr.
members.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Sheila Hooley, doing business as Early American, 1054 Hancock Street, for a common victular license, 45 seats, hours of operation, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Sheila Hooley, DBA Early American, 1054 Hancock Street, for common vicular license, hours 6 a.m. till 9 p.m., 7 days a week, and it is a 45-seat restaurant. All in favor? Aye.
Thank
You're all
you.
set, Sheila.
Thank
Good luck,
you.
okay?
luck.
Thank you.
We are going to go to agenda item number 6. Hearing regarding the request of Michael Waterman, DBA American Towing, for a tow license, 570 Adams Street. Come on up, Michael. How are you today?
Thank you.
This is Michael Waterman. He actually has a tow truck, and he's looking to do a tow truck business in the city of Quincy. We do not have standalone tow trucks, so he had to work with someone that actually has a gas station or a motor license from us, and he is settled with Egan Sunoco. I actually went down and I spoke with the Egans. They're all set with it. They have no issue at all, so that is a good thing. And from there, I will turn to Michael and tell us what you plan on doing, Michael, besides towing cars.
Same thing I've been doing for 23 years. Been parking down at Parkway Automotive for the last 20 years, and they've decided to move and bring an enterprise rent-a-car, and that's when I had to find a new place to park my truck. And I'm friendly with the Egans, have been doing business with them over the past 20 years. Just like a lot of body shops and repair shops in the Quincy area that I've done for the last 23 years. I just continue to work it as an owner-operator, Monday through Friday, possibly a Saturday, but I like to have my nights and weekends off.
Just strictly towing is what you're doing?
Yes. Road service, lockouts, jump starts. That's it. No trespass, no illegally parked, no accidents.
Oh, legit. No.
No.
So Chairman, we had a situation with Blue Hills Towing. Did you used to work for Blue Hills
No,
Towing?
sir.
When the solicitor was involved, there was a lawsuit, because they didn't have a standalone, they lost their premises. And I'm thinking maybe the solicitor should weigh in on this due to that case. Because Blue Hills was also trying to establish a towing business using somebody else's premise, and that didn't fly.
I thought that when we originally licensed Blue Hill Towing, they were licensed through the business that was right there, Willard Street. They were licensed.
They
at-
lost that.
And then
And then they were gypsies, basically.
then they
had
lost it and they were gypsies.
Correct.
So he's not,
A gypsy.
they lost because they didn't want them in there anymore.
Okay.
So he actually has a location that's a use that is not a standalone place. He's actually gonna be operating out of Egan's,
Licensed.
a licensed place that we operate. He's gonna be operating under Egan's license with a tow.
So I know one of the questions that came up was whether or not you can tow as an accessory business, and we established that if you have a repair facility, that you can have the towing, you can tow for your establishment.
That's what he's gonna be doing. for
He's gonna be
Egan's.
towing for himself. This is a standalone, that, it's not an accessory to Egan's. This is,
The application is made by Greg Egan.
this is Egan's,
This is Egan's
Under
application.
Egan's license.
Under Egan's license.
okay, this, it says American Towing.
Yeah,
You're Michael Waterman.
Yes, sir.
So who's gonna be doing the towing? Whose company is it?
I drive the truck. I'm owner-operator, sir.
Of American Towing?
Yes, sir.
I'm just suggesting, and I don't know what, I'm just suggesting there was some legal action by the city against Blue Hills in this very typical, and I don't know what the outcome was.
well,
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, when they were up on Willard Street, they weren't affiliated with any repair, nothing, right? They basically rented an office space to answer the telephones. They weren't affiliated with a garage, nothing, auto body, none of that. And then they basically didn't renew their lease, so they weren't allowed to stay there for whatever reason.
Exactly.
They were basically just operating on a cell phone, going around and towing cars. And part of what the problem was, they were bringing the cars up through Shooty Drive. They'd either leave the car there when they were towing it, if they had to go get another one, or they'd sit there until somebody called to pick their car up. So they really weren't affiliated with anything.
they also
That I'm
had
aware
more
of.
than one truck too. They had
They had several trucks.
several trucks that were
and
being
several
parked on the
opportunities.
side. This is one truck here.
Okay.
One truck
Okay,
with,
okay, that's fine.
You know, I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, is that my memory's not as good as it used to be. but
No,
that's
and I'm
kind of
not, you know what, in my memory, the same with you, chief. I just remember there was
I know we
some
had issues up
activity, I
there.
don't remember what the justification was.
But I think the basis of it was because prior to us having a problem with Blue Hill, we didn't have a problem at all because they were actually affiliated with that, I don't know, what was the auto?
Willard Street Auto.
Yeah.
Was it
Well,
Willard
every-
Street Auto?
They weren't, see, that was the problem with that. They weren't really,
They were, but then
they
there
were
was,
not connected, everybody thought they were. They were operating a standalone, it was right next to
Okay.
that, and everybody assumed that they were connected somehow, but there was no connection.
so I know that I have spoken with Egan's and they are connected with him on this.
All right, that's
So
fine.
let me ask you a question further. If you were to tow a vehicle at, 4 o'clock in the afternoon that was disabled or whatever, where would you store that vehicle? Would you drop it off to a repair shop someplace in the city? Or if you were going to store a car overnight, would
I
you store it at
don't
Egan's?
store any cars.
Okay.
I don't offer storage.
So you just
All I
basically, if
do-
I call,
if
you
you
pick
call
my
me
truck up on my car and you
And you
drop
would
it off
say,
wherever I
bring it
ask?
to
Schlager's or Beyondi's or someplace.
wherever to be repaired.
Mhm.
I would do that, but as far as you calling me and saying, can you store my car overnight, I don't have any storage facilities. I don't do, all I do basically is motor clubs, And like you said, if yourself needed a tow, you would call American Towing and say, I need my car towed from point A to point B. And that's basically what I do.
And you may very well bring it to Egan's.
Of course, yes, yes.
Does he, how many, I mean, so do you anticipate how many, is the vehicle number going to increase at Egan's as a result of?
I wouldn't think that.
Okay.
I wouldn't think that. There's just so many businesses that I do work for in the city of Quincy that I have a lot of account work that call me. And I'll go out and tell the body shops and bring them back to another body shop for them.
Where do you operate now?
I was out of 500 Adams Street Mutual Gas Station. And they've been sold, I believe, to Enterprise Rent-A-Cars, so that's when I decided to make a move out to Egan's.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Michael Waterman doing business as American Towing for a tow license at 570 Adams Street.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Michael Waterman, DBA American Towing, for a tow license at 570 Adams Street under Egan Sunoco. All in favor? Aye. You're all set, Mike, okay? Good luck.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to jump up to agenda item number 10. Yeah, the right in front of me. We're going to jump ahead to agenda item number 10. This is a housekeeping item. Hearing regarding the request of Quincy Yacht Club, Inc., 1310 C Street for a change of manager from Frank Bertoni to James Ryan. This is Jim Ryan.
Yes.
Jim, how are you? The Quincy Yacht Club is finally up and running. We're open.
After 4.5 years.
After 4.5 years. John Adams will be proud. So this is just a change of manager. All of the paperwork is in order. They're checked for $200. We have a vote of the board. All of the other information is here. Everything else, another check for $100, emergency contact forms, emergency. Paul McCarthy and Bill DeCarli of the Building and Health Department respectively have all signed off. Everything is set to go. We have our liability insurance. Everything is here. Any comments, questions, concerns from anybody in the audience?
How's the upstairs going?
Haven't done anything yet. Don't have the money. I'm working on it.
Board members, last call before we take a motion?
I wouldn't hold it up, but I don't have, it doesn't indicate that my department's gonna walk through the door.
Okay.
When is somebody there during the day?
There's somebody there all day every day.
We'll do a walkthrough.
So pending final inspection, the transfer of the manager?
Sure.
I was the manager for the last 8 years. I got off when the fire happened, so
Now
I'm just
you're
going
back
back to where I was.
You'll know exactly how to do everything then, especially when it comes time to.
Lucky you.
Can we get a motion then, pending the final walkthrough by the fire department?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Quincy Yacht Club, Inc., 1310 C Street, for a change of manager from Frank Bertoni to James Ryan, contingent upon a walkthrough from the fire chief.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Quincy Yacht Club, Inc., 1310 C Street for a change of manager from Frank Bertoni to James Ryan, pending final walkthrough by the fire department. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank
Good
you
luck,
very
Jim.
much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Agenda item number 7, hearing regarding the request of All Savants Transportation LLC, 12 Hines Ave. Benjamin Okiwi?
Close enough, Mr. Chairman.
How bad is it?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Benjamin Okiwi, manager for a livery license.
Sir.
This is Benjamin Okiwi. He is here for a one-vehicle livery license, and why don't you explain to us what you do?
I pick people up, I drop them off.
Wow.
Okay, all in favor?
I'm good with that.
Simple subject.
Okay, so, how,
This will help him go to the airport.
yeah.
We've been in business, I don't know if you're looking for a little background.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a little
You
background.
got it. We've been in business since 2010. We incorporated 2012, at which point I had come in and I saw, Mrs. Manning, how are you? And at that point, we were trying to figure out where we were gonna park our vehicles. And I think there was some excitement with somebody that had just applied for the same thing. It turned into a bigger excitement. And I promised Miss Manning at that point that she would never have an issue from us. What we decided to do was be creative, and all of our drivers just took their vehicles home. And so that's why the headquarters, which is my place of abode, there's only one vehicle that's only parked there. That's the vehicle that I drive. Everybody else takes their vehicles home, and that's why none of our neighbors have ever called you guys.
So this fits perfect then, right? They're allowed one vehicle at the house. This is perfect.
I've never had it before.
Yep, that's what we like to hear. Before I close it or open it up to the board, any members of the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that. Board members, what's your pleasure? Looking for a motion.
All savants, what is, everybody a savant?
Well, we're not that smart. We're just all savants.
Just curious.
I'm
You
not-
just pick them up and drop them off. Didn't hear them at the beginning.
That's all we do. We try to, we
It's
aspire
like
to be
commercial.
savants. Okay.
Pick them up, drop them off.
That's it.
What's the commercial for the
Oh,
Travelocity or whatever?
no, it's,
You book them or something?
it's Planet Fitness.
Yeah, I
Pick
pick
things
things up
up.
and that's where I
Things
got it.
down.
That's where I got it from. Yeah, that's-
Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's it.
Yeah, I pick things up and that's where I got that. I say it to my crew all the time. They always get a chuckle out of it.
Okay, let's get a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of All Savants Transportation LLC, 12 Hines Ave, Benjamin Okiwi, manager for a livery license,
For one vehicle.
for one vehicle.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of All Savants Transportation LLC, 12 Hines Ave, Benjamin Okiwi, manager, for a livery license for one vehicle. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Benjamin, you're all set. Thank you very much for coming.
See you tomorrow, your visualize.
Tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Yeah, bye-bye.
Agenda item number 8, hearing regarding the request of Jazz Moon, 217 Quincy Ave, for a change of officers, directors, Jasmine Lee, the manager. This is right here, right? So this is a housekeeping item. We spoke with Jasmine prior to last meeting so we could get some clarification. She has filled out all of the appropriate paperwork. This will bring her establishment and all of her records in line with us and the state, so we're all on the same page. Everything else is all set, all of the paperwork is in order. We have a vote of the board. Everything else is here. We have our check, and we are good to go. Before I open it up to the board, any comments, questions, concerns from anybody in the audience? Seeing none, we'll move forward, look for a motion or
I
any
just have one
questions.
issue.
Go ahead.
I do have one issue. We, as a result of what transpired a while back, you know, we have a bunch of alcohol that was seized from you. We have to dispose of that alcohol properly. So would you be in contact with Lieutenant Turowski to try and make a determination? It can't be returned to you. So we have to make a determination on what we're going to do with that alcohol. One suggestion is to hire a company to get rid of that alcohol. We can't just dump it down the drain because it's too much. So if you could contact Lieutenant Turowski and make a determination on how you want to handle that. I know the Clean Harbors, but there's other companies out there that will do it. So if you could make arrangements to have that alcohol turned over to some kind of a disposal company, we would appreciate it, okay?
It's a good housekeeping item to get cleaned up.
It is.
Yep. Anything else?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Jasmine 217 Quincy Ave for a change of officers, directors, Jasmine lead manager.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Jazz Moon, 217 Quincy Ave, for a change of officers and directors. Jasmine Lee, the manager. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set, okay?
Good
Thank
luck.
you very much for coming in. Okay, that's this. Is that 11? 495, yep. We have agenda item number 11, here regarding the request for a change of DBA from WA Convenience Inc., DBA Tedeschi's Food Shop, number 385, 495 Washington Street, to WA Convenience Inc., DBA 711.
There's no one here for that.
There's no one here for that. Again, this is just a housekeeping paper item. The Tedeschi's was bought out by 7-Eleven about a year ago, year and a half ago, and we're in the process now of changing over all of the Tedeschi's, or probably about 95% of the
Another
Tedeschi's,
one, the 23rd.
to 7-Eleven. We have another one, the 23rd, that's coming, 495 Washington Street.
495 Washington.
The latest Tedeschi's that's being converted to a 7-Eleven right now is out on East Squantum Street, out in Howe's Neck. That's being converted to a 7-Eleven. I did have some, Squantum, that's what I said, didn't I say
No,
Squantum?
okay.
Did I say Howe's Neck?
You're obsessed.
You're still on that.
So they are changing the Squantum Tedeschi's to a 7-Eleven. And I just do want to reiterate, I did have a conversation with Councilor Harris last night. Just because it's turning into a 7-Eleven does not necessarily mean that it's going to be a 24-hour store. I told him that the 7-Eleven, that any Tedeschi's that is currently an 11 o'clock closing will continue to be an 11 o'clock closing. If they want to change that, they have to come before the licensing board to get permission. They also need permission from the chief of police, because if the chief of police says we don't want a store 24 hours, the board, I would assume, would go along with the chief's recommendations. So I did assure Councilor Harris that the 7-Eleven out in Squantum would remain 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. the 7 days a week, and it's not going to be a 24-hour store. Again, that's not here. We're talking about Washington Street. They're not here, but all of the paperwork is in order. If we could get a motion on number 11 to accept the change of DBA.
Make a motion to grant the request for change of DBA of WA Convenience Inc., DBA Tedeschi Food Shop, number 385, 495 Washington Street, to WA Convenience Inc., DBA 7-Eleven, number 37485A.
Second.
That's a real easy second, isn't it, Chief? Just second, not for anything else. Motion made and seconded to grant the request for a change of DBA of WA Convenience Inc., DBA Tedeschi's Food Shop, number 385, located at 495 Washington Street. We are changing it to WA Convenience Inc., DBA 7-Eleven, number 37485A. All in favor?
Aye.
Another housekeeping item. Hearing regarding the agenda item number 12, hearing regarding the request of Packaging Center, DBA Stop and Shop, 65 Newport Ave, for a change of officers and directors. Miss Ashley Brennan. Ashley, how are you today?
I'm well, how are you?
Very good. This is Ashley Brennan of Stop and Shop. They are here to do almost the exact same thing. It's a change of officers and directors, very similar to what we just did with Jazz Moon. All of the necessary paperwork is in the emergency contact form. Everything else that is required of the ABCC has been filled out. We have our workman's comp. And we are in good shape. Any comments or questions from anybody in the audience? Do you want to add anything, or did I do a pretty good job?
You sounded that pretty well.
Look pretty good. Board members.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Packaging Center, DBA Stop and Shop, 65 Newport Ave, for a change of officers and directors represented by Ms. Ashley Brennan.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Packaging Center, DBA Stop and Shop, 65 Newport Ave, change of officers and directors. Ms. Ashley Brennan, all in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Excellent job, Ashley.
Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, we're down to 2 more items. Agenda item number 13, hearing regarding the request of BKV Enterprise LLC DBA Brick and Beam, 705 Adams Street for pledge of license to Northern Bank and Trust, Attorney Thomas Kavanaugh. Mr. Kavanaugh, how are you today?
Not too bad yourself, Mr. Chairman.
Very good. This is a housekeeping item. We actually
Yes.
should have done it at the previous hearing when we issued the licenses to Brick and Beam over at 705 Adams Street, formerly known as the Villa Rosa. So this is a pledge of license to the Northern Bank and Trust, and we'll let you speak. They're paying you, so.
Yes, so this is a pledge of the license. There's a promissory note included, as well as a commercial pledge agreement. Northern Bank and Trust is lending up to $800,000 as collateral. They're asking that the license be pledged. As Attorney Hunt has so eloquently put at the last meeting, a lot of it's going to be used for the renovation, redo of the building. Not a huge build out, but it's going to be kind of beautifying the facade, the inside, just kind of the facelift that it needed. So as part of that, as a condition precedent to the loan, they're asking that the pledge be heard by your board and then also determined by the ABCC. It was included in the initial packet. I think inadvertently forgot to check it off on the front page, so it was not voted on. And I am told that the license is back from the ABCC. It's been granted, so this is just a seek to amend.
Good. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, I just have one question. Do we have an opening date yet? Do we have any idea?
We don't. This is holding us up a little bit just for the closing date. They wanted this done before the closing, so we're hoping that once this is done, closing, we hear back from the ABCC, closing can be scheduled, and then they'll have access to the funds to be able to do the work that they're looking to do.
Okay.
The hope is as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I know that they're itching to get in there, to get the work done, and they want to open as soon as they can. So.
Okay. That's good. Board members?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of BKV Enterprises LLC, DBA Brick and Beam, 705 Adams Street, for a pledge of license to Northern Bank and Trust, represented by Attorney Thomas Kavanaugh.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of BKV Enterprise LLC, DBA Brick and Beam, 705 Adams Street, for pledge of license to Northern Bank and Trust, represented by Attorney Thomas Kavanaugh. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you
Good
very
luck, okay? Agenda item number 14, hearing regarding the status of the CV all alcohol restaurant license issued to Wild Burger LLC. Wild Blue issued to LLC 588 Washington Street, Mr. Paul Bennett. And
Yes.
this is his wife?
Yes.
And your name is?
Ruth Bennett.
Ruth, how are you
Good,
today?
how are you guys doing?
Very good. So why don't you tell us what's going on?
So, as you know, we're closed, and at the moment, we're contemplating looking for another location within the city, so we'd like to hang on to our liquor license
Absolutely perfectly fine.
until, until
You
we
basically
make a
have till the end of the
decision.
year
Yep.
to have it, and then it becomes a pocket license, and we would notify you,
Mhm.
and then we'd have a meeting in January to actually take the license back. But
Okay,
you would not be allowed to renew it because you don't have an actual
Right.
location.
right,
So, but you do have the right to have that license till the end of the year, move it, if you wanna sell it,
mhm.
you can do what you want, we wouldn't touch you until
Okay.
the end of the year.
Since you brought up, if we were to sell it, how do you go about doing that?
I would get
If
in
it
touch
came
with,
up.
I would go get in touch with an attorney.
Oh, I
and
didn't know how, it went for
They,
you guys.
you get in touch with an attorney,
Oh.
they would come fill out the paperwork, they're buying the license from you, and they're
Oh.
moving it from that
Not gonna do that
location
yet, but I was
to
just
this
curious, 'cause-
location, yeah.
Yeah, because I had somebody inquire
Yep, absolutely,
that approached me about it, so.
that's no problem at
So
all.
that's our
And
status.
if you have anything we can help you with moving it along, by all means, don't hesitate to call.
You are definitely looking for a place though?
You know, we just closed, it's only
yeah.
been like 3 weeks, so
Yeah.
we're talking about it.
I hope you do.
Smaller
Yeah.
location.
Ruth, let me give you
It's way
my
too big.
card, if you have any questions or anything, call my cell, okay? It's the best way to get in touch with me. Leave a message if I don't answer it,
Okay.
and, or you can text me, and anything we can do to help you out, find a new location.
Yeah, we're still wrapping up things over there still, so.
I hope you do, because you had a good product.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
It was a
thank
good
you.
spot.
I know,
I had a venison burger.
our last weekend there, we were out the door with lines, open and close. It was awesome. I mean, customers could have been, you know, that building was just too expensive for us to stay in it. You know, we can't charge $10 for a burger, you know? So, you know, we enjoyed it. And we, you know, you guys were all great helping us get there and, you know.
We're all rooting for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so
Yeah.
much. I
Good
appreciate it.
So, anything we can do to help, don't
Okay.
hesitate, okay?
Okay, all right, great. Thank you very much.
Can I just get a motion to place this on file?
Motion to place this on file.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to place the status update of the CV All Alcohol Restaurant License issued to Wild Blue Burger LLC, 588 Washington Street. Mr. Paul Bennett and Miss Ruth Bennett, placed on file. All in favor? Aye.
Good luck.
You're all
Thank you very
set,
much.
okay?
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
They were good. With that, I do have a couple of addendums on the agenda that Cindy's gonna tell me about right now. We do have an addendum for K. Katie's Burger, 21 Chestnut Street, 23 Chestnut Street, and that is for a
Change of Sunday hours.
for a change of Sunday hours. They want to open up at 10 a.m. at K. Katie's. So do I get a motion to allow K. Katie's to open up at 10 a.m.?
Motion made to allow K. Katie's to open at 10 a.m.
From 23 Chestnut Street. Do I get a second? Second. Motion made and seconded to grant the request of K. Katie's to open up on Sunday at 10 a.m., 23 Chestnut Street. All in favor?
Aye.
K. Katie's is all set, 10 a.m. opening. And this is a letter that's going to be going out to all of the licensees. Dear licensee, please be advised of the following conditions approved by the City of Quincy Licensing Board on Tuesday, May 9th, 2017, for Memorial Day, May 29th, 2017. Retail package store licenses may remain open until 11:30 p.m. Sunday, May 28th, 2017. Restaurant and package store licenses may not sell or deliver alcoholic beverages until noon on Monday, May 29th, 2017. So those are the licensing board, those are the liquor store hours for the holiday weekend. Can I get a motion to accept the hours of operation that I just described?
Motion made.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to accept the hours of the retail package store licenses for Sunday, May 29th, 28th, and Monday, May 29th. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we are all set with that, and a letter will be going out to all of the retail licenses to make sure that they get that notice. With that, I believe that is everything that I have. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes and waive the reading?
Motion made.
Second?
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we are all set. This meeting is adjourned.